What is a bioenergy village? A bioenergy village is a community which produces most of its needed electricity and heating from local biomass, as well as other renewable energy sources. The idea about bioenergy villages always starts with citizens and their wish to change their daily routine. It is about people working together for their well-being, for a stronger local community and a better environment. It is about local supply chains. Wood is harvested in forests nearby and processed by local producers. Also, agricultural residues are used to cover the energy demand of the community. Bioenergy villages may vary in organizational structure, technology installed, biomass used, and financing models employed. But they all have common goals: to ensure the future sustainability and affordability of energy supply, and to keep money in the local economy. Bioenergy villages are not science fiction or a future concept. They are here and functional right now. The first bioenergy villages were developed in Denmark, Austria, and Germany in the 1990s. Between 2005 and 2015, 118 bioenergy villages were established in Germany. A bioenergy village usually combines several technologies of different sizes, such as wood heat boilers, biogas plants, combined heat and power plants, solar plants, windmills, and others. The installations produce electricity and heat. The electricity is delivered to the customers by the local electricity grid. Heat is delivered by a local district heating network. The bioenergy village can be based on different business models and forms of organization. The founding of a cooperative allows the citizens to contribute financially to the development of the bioenergy village, and equal voting rights ensure the influence of the citizens. Local public utilities or public companies can also act as a developer and operator of bioenergy villages. In Germany and Austria, some joint stock companies or limited companies exist whose business model is to build and run several bioenergy villages on a commercial basis. There are a lot of benefits of living in a bioenergy village. One of them is the decreased dependency on fossil fuels. Another, regional development. The expenses for fossil fuels do not support the regional economic development, but industries abroad. One example: imagine a village with 300 households who cover its heat demand mainly by heating oil. Per year, this village pays €600,000 for energy imports. Imagine these expenses could stay within the village and support local economic development. When changing from fossil fuels to bioenergy, the money would go to local wood producers, farmers, and craftsmen. Bioenergy villages also save the environment and the climate. In our example, replacing the heat oil by wood chips or biogas would reduce the CO2 emissions by more than 90%. What needs to be done to become a bioenergy village? There are 4 major phases in the development of a bioenergy village. The initial phase consists of citizen action. Citizens must come together and support the idea, convincing local companies and other major stakeholders to act together. The second phase is the planning and startup phase. If the critical mass of the village is convinced and supports the idea of becoming a bioenergy village, the next steps for preparing the construction need to be done. The technical and financial concept of the prospective bioenergy village needs to be elaborated. Funding and support opportunities must be assessed. Preliminary contracts with biomass suppliers ensure the availability of the biomass feedstock. The future heat and power demand is determined within preliminary contracts with citizens. Then comes the phase of detailed planning and construction. The project is getting serious. Contracts with biomass suppliers and with heat customers must be concluded. The permissions for the construction of the installations must be obtained. At the end of this phase, the new installations are built. And finally, the operation and optimization phase sets in. Once the installations are built, staff need to be trained to operate and maintain the installations. The settings of the installations are optimized and initial problems are identified and removed. We are trying to bring bioenergy villages to countries like Slovenia, Serbia, Croatia, Macedonia and Romania. If you are interested in learning more about how bioenergy villages contribute to a sustainable energy supply and local economic development, check BioVill.eu. Be part of the future. Start now. Take initiative. Cooperate. Cooperation is the future. BioVill.eu